If you've ever lacked consistency or motivation for the gym, same, honestly. And that's why today I wanted to talk about discipline. Word that gets thrown around a hell of a lot, especially in the fitness industry. And, it's not just something that you choose to have. It doesn't just happen overnight. You can't just flick a switch and then all of a sudden, I'm disciplined. It's something that you build slowly through repetition and building habits and proving that you can show up for yourself. And for me, that looks like getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go to the gym before work. It's took me a very long time to get to the point where that is in fact my routine now. I absolutely despised it for the longest time. If this is something you struggle with, today I'm going to give 5 tips that I've learned through my journey that I believe will help. And honestly, I'm just a normal dude on my own fitness journey, but these are things that I really think can help you. And they might sound simple. They are simple, honestly, but they are things that need to be done to get to this point where you want to be. So the first tip is how you talk to yourself and how you talk about the gym, essentially. So when I first started, it was always, I might go to the gym tomorrow. Might go to the gym after work. That mindset has to change. Start out with something realistic and say to yourself, I'm going to go to the gym 3 times this week. Make that promise. Do it. It sounds like such a small and obvious thing, but the language you use matters, essentially. If you say might, you give yourself an escape route straight away. If you go to bed thinking, I might go to the gym in the morning, when your alarm goes off, you're going to wake up and go, maybe tomorrow then. I did that all the time. I swear to God. I just woke up and went, I'll just go tomorrow. I'm tired, I'll go tomorrow. And once you've made that mental commitment to yourself, you want to make sure that you don't have any more excuses in place to stop you from getting it done. So tip number 2 is preparing things the night before. This is probably more relevant if you train early in the morning like me, but prep your food, get your gym bag packed, fill your water bottle up, put it in the fridge. Just make sure everything's ready to go. Get everything sorted to make your life as easy as possible so you can get out of bed, have a wash, throw some clothes on, pick your stuff up, out the door, done. Convenience is such a big thing with getting your fitness journey on the right track. And speaking of convenience, that's actually tip number 3. Do things that are convenient for you. Pick a gym that's on the way to work, convenient. Bulk cook things that are easy to do to begin with until we want to get creative and spend a bit more time doing it. It's so much more easy to build up these habits if they're convenient for you. We as humans love convenience. It's that simple. Quick example of this is the gym that I'm at the moment is 10 minutes from my house and then 20 minutes to work. Perfect. Because from my house to work, it's 30 minutes. It doesn't add any time on. It's really easy. But back in March, I decided that my gym isn't aesthetic enough. So I went to this new gym, loved it. Really cool vibes in there and stuff, but it was out of the way and it became harder and harder to stay on track for what I was trying to achieve. It completely threw my rhythm off. I was having less time because I was having to leave to go to work. Really, really affected me. Since I've moved back to my old gym again, it's been like, I'm just not moving again because it's so convenient for me. It's so easy for me to stay on track, track my workouts. Everything is there that I need. With that being said though, tip number 4 is be kind to yourself and start small, because one of the biggest mistakes that I see people make is going absolutely balls deep straight away. You're trying to do everything at once, you know what I mean? You're going, I'm going to go to the gym 5 times a week, I'm on 1,500 calories now and I'm going to get down to 2% body fat and I'm going to do 6,000 burpees on my lunch break. When you go full in like that, you're going to burn out so quickly, and I've done it myself. There's been so many separate occasions when I was younger that I've tried to train, I've tried to eat well, and it's never lasted more than a couple of months because I just didn't know how to approach it properly. My mindset was all wrong. Just focus on building one habit at a time. Obviously, it's very goal dependent, but like using the gym as an example, get yourself going to the gym 3 times a week and do that consistently for a few months first. Then you can start thinking, oh, right, I'm going to go on a bulk, or I'm going to go on a cut, and then really start tracking your calories, bulk cooking. There's lots of different things, and that's the problem when people try to do everything at once. So just focus on one thing to begin with, and then when you're confident that that's part of your routine and in the bag, move on to the next one, and then just stack them up slowly. What I meant by be kind is that if you do miss a session or you have a cheat meal when you weren't supposed to, don't beat yourself up about it. Just leave it where it is and use the feeling of disappointment to fuel you to do better next time or to push on to the next session. It's one of them, like, you're not perfect. I'm not perfect, we're not perfect, and you're never gonna be. So just do the best that you can, because even if you're doing 50% better than you was previously, that's 50% better. Do you know what I mean? Like, These are the things that build up over time. And consistency is all about the long game, not being perfect every single week. And speaking of the long game, that brings us on to tip number 5, which I personally think is the most important, because this is the one that's affected me loads in the past, and that is being realistic with your expectations, especially with going to the gym. As humans, we want a reward instantly for following through with a task, do you know what I mean? So if I've done a really hard workout and I'm absolutely peppered, everything hurts, I want to see rewards for that instantly. Like, I want to take my top off and have a 6-pack and 98 pecs. But it is so unrealistic to think like that. Like, I've read online, I think, that you start to see changes in yourself after 3 weeks. This was like way back before I started properly. And I was like, 3 weeks, okay. So then obviously you count down to 3 weeks on the dot, you look in the mirror and go, I look the fucking same. And that can be such a demotivating feeling. The reason I've stopped going to the gym plenty of times is because after a month or two, I haven't seen any changes in myself. So I've just gone, well, what's the point? But honestly, if you commit to the long game, don't worry about what you look like day to day. Lock it in and trust the process. And that's the best thing you can do, is trust the process. Whatever your goals are with your fitness or your body, there's no quick fix, and that's just the plain and simple truth. Whatever you're striving towards, it's going to take a long time. You know, people that I aspire to look like have been training for 12 years. I've barely been training 2. When you overcome the hurdle of thinking, oh, I deserve to look this way because I've done this for 2 weeks, and you start thinking, actually, I feel better from doing this, I'm committed to doing this, that's when you'll really start to notice the difference, and you'll start to enjoy the journey. Because I think that's one of the biggest things as well, is people are always looking onto the next thing. But take it one day at a time, take it one session at a time, go in there. Like, there's so much to learn, and just continue to do that and enjoy your journey. So there you go, that's my 5 tips that seem quite simple, honestly, but I do believe that they are the foundations that you build your discipline upon, and they are what I've done to help me get into the routine of getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning 4 times a week and training before work. If you want to see how I implement these things into my daily life, then I do actually do weekly vlogs here on the channel that you can check out via a link in the description, and I'll probably put a card up here for you to check out as well. I wish you the best of luck on your fitness journey. Lock it in, you've got this. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a thumbs up and consider subscribing, and I'll catch you in a video in the future.